Go over all the games happened on Tuesday night. The first game is between the Brooklyn Nets and Detroit Pistons. Nets losing 111, 122. After this game, they are 14 and 12. Still 30 in the Eastern Conference because the East, they're just really weak this year. Against the Western Conference teams, their record has been, collectively as a conference, their record is horrible versus the West. Pretty sure a sub 500 team can make the playoffs. So I still have hope for the Wizards. Maybe they can turn around. We don't know. The Nets, yeah, they lost 3 straight. Not good. KD obviously were out for at least 2 games, maybe 3. They just defensively they are just horrible. Joe Harris, Jeff Green, horrible. If you stream both of guys, did not have the best game. It's a back-to-back, so you still roster them till Wednesday, see what happens. Bad efficiency for both of them. Did not shoot the ball well, and no volume at all, and no defensive stats. DeAndre Jordan 23 minutes, 9 and 8, a block. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan is probably really washed. Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee went off. So he got 23 minutes here. He's probably going to be his minutes going to be around 20, and probably not going to be a must-roster guy. It's only streaming for points. Rebounds. And his block volume is not that high. He's not like Jarrett Allen, where he played 20 minutes, 25 minutes, he can give you 2-3 blocks. Harden had one of his best games. I believe 5 blocks is a career high. He's not gonna get you 5 blocks every game. That's obvious. But he should get you more steals, averaging 1.1 steals and 0.8 blocks. He can improve in the steals category specifically. Everything else looks okay to me. Once he pushes up his steal numbers, he could be a top 5 guy, in my opinion. Still really strong, no longer the number 1 fantasy guy, but top 5, can't complain too much. Kyrie Irving didn't shoot the ball well. 7 assists is nice, 2 steals. He's gonna have more volume with KD out, but just really to nitpick here. No rebounds here, and one big thing with Kyrie is 1 free throw attempt. He's a 9th ranked player for the season, and he's only been going to the line 3.7 times a game. That's really low. If he can get that up to 6-7, his value will go up a lot. Can be a top 5 in my opinion. Bruce Brown, 25 minutes, sure, 4 steals, 9 rebounds, but he's not going to do this every game. On the Detroit side, Jeremy Grant went off. And he can't really continue doing this. I believe he can, 25th ranked player. He can sustain all that. Maybe not the 87 free throw, but free throw. We've seen guys, another guy, Bam, shooting 87%. Maybe it will fall off. We don't know. 0.8 steals is a bit low. 1.1 blocks. With such high minutes, I think he can probably improve his defensive stats volume a little bit as well. So really, really breakout year for Jeremy Grant. Him and Christian Wood probably. Wood, a lot of people knew, he's going to be a good fantasy player, coming in. Jeremy Grant, man, we just didn't see it coming. And he had a couple rough games in the beginning. If you bought low on him, that's really great. Or drafted him, like in the 80s or 90s. Blake Griffin, he got 3 steals here because Harden had 7 turnovers, probably just throwing the ball away. Mason Plumlee had one of his best games. It's a good time to sell high. I don't think, as we get later on to the season, Detroit is tanking. They're not trying to win. They just traded away Derrick Rose. They're tanking. They want to develop young guys, and I think Mason Plumlee is going to lose minutes. Still really strong here. I think some guy in category leagues, some of the guys I would try to target. He's ranked 89th. Jamal Murray is in that area, but it's hard to buy Jamal Murray. I would trade. Devin Booker is 98th. I would trade Ja Morant. Obviously, he's ranked really badly. I would trade Cody Zeller, PJ Washington. Those 2 guys I think probably have longer value and more value than the Mason Plumlee. For sure, PJ Washington is a really, really good trade target right now. He's been struggling, but he will figure it out. He should have long-term value than Mason Plumlee, in my opinion. Wayne Ellington, after the hot shooting, just fell off. 20 minutes, nothing to see here. Delon Wright is a must-roster guy. Just out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere because Killian Hayes got hurt, and now D-Rose is gone. He's going to have all the minutes, and he's going to put out really, really good value. I wouldn't trade him. He's 80th ranked, and he has room to grow, in my opinion. Averaging 1.5 steals, yeah, he can do that. I think he can do that, and he's a pretty good blocks guy. As a point guard, he's pretty efficient. Obviously, 8 for 12 on the free throw line is bad, but good game from Dylan Wright, and Josh Jackson also had a great game. Great efficiency. They had 4 games this week, so you still right with him. And efficiencies might be rough, but look at the counting stats: 2 steals in the block, 4 rebound, 2 assists. Really good game for him. And Saddiq Bey played 21 minutes. This is the guy, I want to keep my eye on. If he can get more minutes, he'll be pretty valuable. 6 for 6 here, 15 points. Let's move on to the next game. Miami Heat beating the New York Knicks. Miami Heat had picked it up. They really need to win, but they're in the Eastern Conference. They have time. They make the playoffs, in my opinion. After they got Jimmy Butler back, they've been winning a few games, but they've been struggling. On the Knicks side, the big news is Derrick Rose. He just played. The trade went down 2 days ago, and he cleared all the stuff, physicals and stuff. 20 minutes. He can play 20 to 25 minutes, and I think his value probably improved on the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau might play him higher minutes. A great stat line, 1 steal and a block. Great efficiency, 14 points and 3 assists. And Emmanuel Quickley still played 21, but the ceiling is really capped. I don't think he'll play 30 minutes. Very rarely. Now they got another guard coming in, Derrick Rose, and guys like Alec Burks. Those assist numbers. I think for a lot of guys, the assist numbers might be dipping a little bit. D'Lo's going to take some of those assists away, and Alfred Payton sure had a great game, 26 minutes here. So basically, all the guards, and RJ only 26 minutes. I think he's close to a drop. He's good. He give you good value when he played 38 minutes. He only played 26 here. Mitchell Robinson. Great game, 3 steals and a block, 7 rebounds. Not a lot of scoring, but you don't really get him for scoring. A minus 14. Julius Randle, his shooting started falling off. 4 for 18. Still put up counting stat 8 rebounds, 12 points is low. 2 steals is nice. I think Julius Randle, I still think he's a sell high. I think at some point the wheel's gonna fall off. He's not gonna play 37, 38 minutes. And now that D Rose is here, it's another guy that can get you a bucket, can run the offense. If D-Rose is have it going, maybe the Knicks don't need Julius Randle to play that high minutes, right? D-Rose is not a huge playmaker, so there'll be some nights that Julius Randle, D-Rose has it going. Maybe Julius Randle usage goes down. We don't know. Reggie Bullock, you're not interested in him. While Nerlens Noel, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Yeah, this is if your team build is in a category league, you really need the steals and blocks. You grab this guy, you roster him. In 20 minutes, he blocked you so many shots. It's crazy. Alec Burks, yeah, I feel pretty good about dropping this guy at this point. 26 minutes here, and they just got D-Rose, so you can't really leave him on the wire. Jimmy Butler on the Heat side. Jimmy Butler had a great game. 26 points. This he even made 1 3. After this game, he was top 20. He is top 20 now, and he can probably in the top 15 range, I believe. Maybe 15. I mean, Jrue Holiday. Right now, Jrue Holiday is in front of him. I think he should be better than Jrue Holiday. And there's CJ McCollum stuff. He should be close to a top 15 value. And I think he's better than Fred VanVleet, in my opinion, in fantasy. Kelly Olynyk went off, 20 points, 7 for 10, great. But I really wouldn't trust him. He's really up and down. If he's on a hot shooting streak like this, sure, you can grab him. He and Jimmy Butler plus 25 and 19, while Bam was a minus 5. So you can grab him and see what happens. Bam had a great game. 13 look at the free throw. Another 80% free throw. 3 for 9 is interesting. 2 steals and 2 blocks is good to see him getting those stocks. And he's ranked 23rd. Shooting 85%. The other stats, maybe the scoring, he should be averaging 60, 17 points. But the other stat definitely looked fine. Maybe the steal and blocks should go higher a little bit. But the 85% free throw is for sure a surprise, just like Jeremy Grant. I don't know if those guys can sustain all season. Maybe they won't. Duncan Robinson, yeah, that's why you don't. If he's not making shots, he's not doing anything. Kendrick Nunn is I guess must roster him until Goran Dragic comes back. Had an okay game here, but the opportunity is there. The minutes are there. Tyler Hero, interestingly, came off the bench, but it doesn't matter. He played 36 minutes. No defensive stats, 7 rebounds, 15. You know, that's what Tyler Hero gives you. Not really a lot of defensive stats. Next game is the Rockets losing to the Pelicans. Wow, Pelicans. What is their record after this game? Where can I see it? Sorry. They are 11-12. You know, maybe they can make the playoffs. They can make a push. They've been playing quite well. We'll see. On the Rockets side, Wood is out. Cousins played 22 minutes. You know, he did not have the best game here, and efficiency is a lot, but you still hold on to him. In category leagues, he can really pop off anytime. Give you those 3 steals and 3 blocks. Here, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, give you a block. I mean, it's really bad, but you hold on to it. The opportunity is there. Jae'Sean Tate, 29 minutes. No defensive stats, but he does have some defensive upside. PJ Tucker, not interested in him. Eric Gordon came back. I think, wow, he was a minus 40. How is that even possible? I guess it is possible. He's really, really bad, but he put up fantasy stats, at least in the scoring category. So I think this guy is worth rostering, in my opinion. John Wall took 23 shots, 25, 6 assists. Here we go. This is the John Wall we know. This is some of the, you know, we had some of the concerns about John Wall's free throws. I mean, at least I did, because before he got hurt, he was a 70% free throw shooter. He went 1 for 6 here. He might just be a low 70s guy. We don't know. He is ranked after this game already outside of. Let me just change my camera real quick. He's ranked 115th in category leagues. That's pretty bad, and you can see how. Give me 1 second. You can see how like a category like free throw can really impact the player's ranking. So you can go trade for him. You can buy low on him after this game. But if you're pounding free throw, sure, he's like a Westbrook, but maybe not as rough as Westbrook's efficiency. But his counting stats, and he also sit out back-to-backs, and his counting stats are not as great as Westbrook's. So just beware. Right, if you already got Westbrook on your team, sure, maybe you can trade for John Wall, just pound all 3 efficiencies. Otherwise, it's fine. The volume stat should all be there. Daniel House, the minutes are there, 35 minutes. Not doing enough at the moment. He got 3 steals. Keep an eye on him. Maybe if the defensive stats are up, he's worth picking up, because the minutes on this team, he's gonna get minutes and hit some threes. 8 rebounds, really fill up the stat sheet this game. 5 assists as well. Sterling Brown, 25 minutes, didn't really do much. 2 steals is nice. And on the New Orleans Pelicans side, Brandon Ingram, again, low rebound, low assists, low steals, and 1 block is okay. Scoring is great, efficiency-wise is great, but the peripheral stats is really missing. He is ranked 31st. Wow. As bad as his other categories, he's still ranked 31st. So I think he should be in that area. With room to improve, still only averaging 0.6 steals. That's really, really low. Zion Williamson, another great game. And okay from the free throw line. 6 for 10, 20 points, a plus 29. So he's really destroyed the Rockets. 1 steal, 7 assists is also nice. Steven Adams, if your team don't need rebound, it's really close. It's hard to hold on to him. 2 steals and a block is nice. Only 21 minutes. It is a blowout. But really, the only category he give you is the rebound, 9.4 rebound. But he's such a bad free throw guy. It's tough. If you're not pounding free throws, you gotta try to trade this guy, for sure. If you're pounding free throws, yeah, you hold on to me. He's pretty valuable. Eric Bledsoe, he's close to drop territory as well. It's a blowout. The minutes are low, but the steals numbers this year is just it's never coming back. I don't think this season. So what else he's really giving you? He might give you like 3-4 assists. That's about it. And bad efficiency across the board. Lonzo Ball, scoring wise, it's fine, but his strength in fantasy is not scoring. You want those assists, steals, and blocks. He's been disappointing in fantasy at least this season. Josh Hart had a great game, played 40 minutes, 17 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. That's why you assume this guy for rebounds, but he's not gonna do this every game, for sure. Willie Hernan-Gomez, just blowout. He's playing pretty well. That's why he got more minutes over Adams. 14 and 10. He's not gonna do this every game. While Nickeil Alexander-Walker only played 20 minutes. If this guy gets freed, I think he has such high upside. His defensive stats per 36 has been insane. He probably only averaging a bit over 20 minutes this season and averaging 1.3 steals. So he played 30 minutes, that's 1.7, 1.8. So keep an eye on this guy. If either Lonzo or Eric Bledsoe gets traded, watch out for him. The next game is the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, beating them pretty easily. Curry, every single game, he has all the usage. 6 for 8 from the free throw line is worth 32 points. Pretty empty line. Just a lot of scoring and efficiency. No steals, blocks, or assists. Either way, strong. He should be a top 5 guy. Cal Oubre Jr., a double-double. Didn't shoot the ball well, but hey, what else is new? Draymond Green has definitely picked it up the last few games. I think another biggest reason is Curry's playing really well. Curry's making all the shots, so Draymond Green is going to get all the assists as a result. One steal here, he has definitely improved his blocks, but just such low scoring. And if your team is not pounding points, and efficiency is also rough, so I would try to trade him. Find the owner that's pounding points. Try to make a trade that makes sense for both people. Andrew Wiggins, 3 steals. This is what I was talking about. If his steal numbers are really low this season, and that really impact his fantasy value. 0.6 steals after this game, ranked 103rd. I think he has room to grow. His free throw is 66%. He should be better than that. 2.2 assists. Maybe the assist stays low, but I think 0.6 steals can definitely improve, and that improves. He can be a top 90, 80 guy. Ken Bazemore played 15 minutes, and Damian Lee. Those guys, the upside is really not that high. Well, what is going on? Okay, sorry, just having a little bit of lag. And on the Spurs side, DeMar DeRozan did not have the best game. Everybody struggled on the Spurs. No defensive stats. Keldon Johnson -16. Nobody really had a great game on the Spurs side. Also due to a blowout. Dejounte Murray had 8 steals last game. Didn't get any here. So just one bad game. Not much to talk about because everybody plays so bad on the Spurs and low minutes as well. We can move on to the next game. The next game is the Boston Celtics losing to Utah Jazz. Jazz is they're 20-5 right now, best record in the NBA. Their last 10, they were 9-1. Really scary stuff. On the Celtics side, Jason Tatum struggled from the field. 7 for 20. This is the concern we have with Tatum is, he might, if his field goal, he's such high volume guy, he might really destroy your field goal sometimes. And this game just really bad. No steals or blocks, 4 assists, 4 rebound, 8 for 8 from the free throw is nice, and he was a -21. Daniel Theis played 20 minutes. If he played 28 minutes every game, he's really worth rostering. 4 blocks, great efficiency everywhere. And 5 for 6 from the 3. That won't happen again. Tristan Thompson also played 25 minutes. Interesting rotation minutes decision by Brad Stevens. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's mainly a rebounds guy. While Jaylen Brown came back, just picked it up. He was out for a couple games. Still crazy efficiency. 12 for 20. I don't think this guy is a top 25 guy. He's ranked 24th. He's maybe a 40th guy. As soon as his efficiency drops off, he's shooting 52%. If that drops off, he'd be a 40 guy. The rest of the stat looks fine. This game, 6 for 8 from the free throw line. Yeah, he's a pretty bad free throw guy on high volume. So that's another thing that I'll be worried. No assists, no steals, block. 33 points is nice, but it just felt empty from a fantasy perspective. Kemba Walker struggled, 2 for 12. He's gonna struggle, field goal, but he should give you pretty good points and assists. I'm not sure about the steal department, but those 2 categories should be fine. Well, Peyton Pritchard only 15 minutes, not doing much, and Robert Williams only playing 12. Yeah, with Tristan Thompson and Daniel Theis playing such high minutes, Robert Williams, it's hard to find Robert Williams enough minutes. So if you want to move on from him, you can. They do have a back-to-back coming up, so maybe you can drop him after the back-to-back. On the Jazz side, Bogdanovic, great. Again, 16 points. You take it, right? If you can get 16 points, you still keeping. With Mike Conley out for sure. 2 steals, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Great game from him. Royce O'Neal, 2 blocks. Yeah, that's what he gives you, the defensive stats and rebound. Rudy Gobert just destroyed the Celtics inside. 8 for 9, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 18 points. Great game from Rudy. While Joe Ingles started in place of Mike Conley. You give you assists, you can stream him. Really popped off, 24 points. But you can, if you need some assists, you go stream this guy. Donovan Mitchell, great. And even got you a steal and a block. Biggest thing with Donovan is the steal numbers are so low. And Jazz as a unit, like how many steals did they get? They got 4. So I'm starting to think, okay, this game also Celtics only got 2 steals. But I'm starting to think maybe it's a Utah Jazz thing that Donovan Mitchell is not getting the steals. Collectively as a team, I didn't check the stats, but as a team, their steal number is pretty low. Pretty low. 36 points is nice. 9 assists is also nice. Great game from Donovan. He is ranked, let me see, 62nd so far this season. I think he probably just in the 50 or 60 range, unless he can improve his steal numbers. If he can get 1.5 steals, sure, he can be a top 40 guy, top 35. Jordan Clarkson struggled shooting the ball, but 5 assists, I'll take it. You still roster him. Let's go on to the next game. There's some news came out. The Orlando Magic losing to Portland. Cole Anthony got hurt. That sucks. We don't know when he's coming back and how severe the injury is. We don't know. So you keep wait for the news, see how long he's gonna be out, and then you make a decision. Vucevic, once Cole Anthony get hurt, Vucevic gonna probably get even more usage. And also this game, Evan Fournier is also out. And I think their backup point guard, their third string backup point guard is Frank Mason. So it'll be interesting. Frank Mason should get some run. He played 33 minutes. He may be worth a pickup. 33 minutes. Any point guard that played 33 minutes is probably worth a look. Can get you those assists. The player minutes is all over the place. James Ennis played 35. Gary Clark. None of those guys are good fantasy players. Dwayne Bacon as well. So it's basically one-man show. Vucevic tried to carry the load. He had a great game. He had 2 steals, 2 blocks. He should be a top 15 guy. Struggled from the free throw, but everything else is so good. Terrence Ross should also get a usage boost. You want to grab him if he's not picked up already. He was, he has been struggling a little bit, but with Cole Anthony out, I don't know. The coach got to rely on, your second or third, and also Eric Gordon is out. So just so many usage opening up on the Magic team. So at this point, you got to pick up Terrence Ross and maybe Frank Mason, see what happens. And on the Portland side, Derrick Jones Jr. came back, played 30 minutes, right? He played last game only 18 minutes. He was on minute restriction. And this game, again, immediately 30 minutes. I think Coach Styles like to give this guy high minutes. Can get you those defensive stats. 0 defensive stats here, but you can stream him for those defensive stats if you want. Lord Covington, 11 rebound is nice. 5 points, yeah, you don't really draft Robert Covington for his points, so that's okay. Plus 11, a steal and 2 blocks. He can, on average, he can give you those stats. He's ranked 82nd with, I believe, with room to grow. He's only shooting 34%, right? 1.7 steals, yeah, he can do that. 0.6 blocks, I think he can move up to maybe close to a 1 block per game guy. So can be a top 60 guy, and he doesn't really turn the ball over. It's just shooting the ball is really rough. Because if he is making just only 40%, he'll get like 1 or 2 points. He'll be a top 70 guy already, right? With more blocks, probably top 60, top 50. We don't know. Ernest Cantor, another great game, a double-double. Not a great game, sorry, only 6 points. But grab you 10 rebounds, he'll be better than this most nights. And efficiency, he's a pretty good efficiency guy. Gary Trent Jr. continued to let it fly. 18 shot attempts, 15 points, 1 steal, 6 assists. That's why Gary Trent Jr. has the highest upside out of all the streaming options on the Portland Trailblazers, because he's taking 18 shots. Right, if he make, let's say he's a hot shooting that night, make 3 more threes. That's 24 points, right? Good efficiency. Melo also has some value short term, 7 for 16. And Melo, talk about this, his defensive stats. I think he really embraced his role on this Blazers team, doing a lot of other stuff other than scoring, grabbing rebounds, giving you those defensive stats. He blocked 3 shots here, so the effort is definitely there. Alfredo Simons and Rodney Hood, at this point, they're not getting enough minutes, so you stream Gary Trent, Carmelo Anthony, and Derrick Jones Jr. Those 3 guys, you want to stream them. And let's move on to the last game of the night, the Sixers beating the Kings. Yeah, Sixers really, really strong this year. Joel Embiid, yeah, did not have the best game, 6 for 15, but 13 for 14 from the free throw line. Went to the free throw line 14 times, 17 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 25 points. I don't know what's got into Embiid. I mean, he wants to prove, trying to have an MVP season. At this point, you gotta look at him as a top 5 guy. In my opinion, with all the injury risks, I would still trade him for Kawhi. Well, Kawhi also gets hurt, but I would trade him for Kawhi Leonard. I would trade him for Kevin Durant. I would trade him for Steph Curry. I would trade for Damian Lillard and Harden. I would still one-on-one. I would still do those trades. He's averaging 1.4 steals this season. What is going on? Defensively, maybe Sixers changed their scheme a little bit, which is we're gonna give Doc Rivers coming, so we don't know. Maybe that's because of that 1.4 steals. They've been it's been 20 plus games into the season, right? 25 plus games, and he's averaging 1.4 steals. Maybe he can do that all season. We don't know, but just really, really strong from Embiid this season. Number 3 ranked player, and if he's healthy, yeah, he can be a per game basis top 5. Yes, he's doing this against everybody. For sure, one of the biggest surprise this season. He was getting drafted, late second. He did not have the best year last year, and with all the injury risks, really, really strong from Embiid this season. Danny Green 1 for 6, yeah, not worried about him. While Tobias Harris played 40 minutes, 22 and 10, no defensive stats, but efficient from the field, from the free throw line, and no turnovers, 1 turnover. Seth Curry, his efficiency is back again, 22 points, but I wouldn't roster him, to be honest. His best categories is his field goal, free throw, and low turnover. That's when this guy, how much value is he really giving you? Ben Simmons, 6 for 13, 14 points. Did not have the best game. Only 1 steal, 2 for 6 from the free throw line. This is the main concern with Simmons is his free throw, 2 for 6 here. Shake Milton played 20, but with everybody healthy, just not enough usage. And on the Kings side, no shame losing to the Sixers. Richaun Holmes definitely in foul trouble versus Embiid. Not worried about him moving forward. You can try to battle on him because people just undervalue him in fantasy so much. 13 points and 8 rebounds, not that impressive. But the other stats, really, really impressive. Marvin Bagley played 28, had himself a great game. If you need points and rebound and don't care about the free throw and assists and steals, sure, he's worth rostering on your team. He's not for everybody. He's also a pretty bad free throw shooter as well. Buddy Hield, 7 for 20, efficiency is rough. Got you 1 block, but I'll take it. And anytime Buddy Hield scored 20 points, I'll take it. And good to see him take 20 shots. That's the most important thing. De'Aaron Fox took 30 shots. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox, he didn't exactly go off. 30 points on 30 shots and bad free throw, bad efficiency. He is ranked 96 due to his bad efficiency. It's really the rankings is really deceiving because the free throw. If you're a bad free throw shooter, because the high volume, right? Usually those guys are high volume guys because they hurt your free throws so much that ranking is dropping so much. So if you pound a free throw, he's really, really good. Give you those assists, steals, and points. Great game from De'Aaron Fox, while Tyrese Halliburton, another great game. 6 for 9, efficient from the field. 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 assists. I really view him as a top 50 guy. You know, let's see his rankings after this game. Yeah, he's 39th. Maybe it's a sell high. I mean, people tend to disrespect players that got picked up on the waiver wire, right? Their logic is you just picked off this guy off the waiver wire for free. Why would I trade you a top 50 guy for him? But if you can get a top 50 guy, you know, you do it, right? If you don't need his, because he's so good across the board. But let's say if you're punting, you don't need his assist, you don't need his steals. He doesn't have that one category that really you know, really that eye popping, because he's so good across the board. I mean, 5.3 assists is really, really nice, but it's not that high. It's good, but it's not that high. 1.2 steals is good, but 0.7 blocks. So if your team really needs a big boost in certain categories, right? Let's say if you want a Julius Randle, you really want his rebound and scoring, you go trade for him, right? See if the owner bites. But on across the board, he's really, really good. Whiteside only 7 minutes here. That's the problem with him. Even Richaun Holmes in foul trouble and against Embiid, Luke Golden decided not to play Whiteside high minutes. Harrison Barnes also struggled shooting the ball, but 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Really, really strong from Harrison Barnes. At the moment, he's a must roster guy, and see what happens. I mean, I do think he's probably gonna fall off at some point. 55th ranked. Really, really scary stuff. That's it for all the games. I'll see you guys later.